Happy Sunday. Welcome back to Teachable Moments with April. Tonight I'm going to read you something from a publication from Guidepost called Mornings with Jesus. It's a daily encouragement for your spirit. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place, and that's what I love about it. When I came across it, actually on Spotify, and I thought I'd always been wondering how to do it, how to make that transition into it. And Anchor has made it so easy, and I am so glad that I have found it, and I've started my podcast for my social skills group, and hopefully I can use it for my students as well in my class. So download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started. In a previous segment or episode, I talked about listening to that still voice inside of you, which, as we know, is the Creator speaking to you and guiding you. From the daily word, it was guidance, which was the principle for that particular episode. The scripture that I'm going to read tonight is Mark 4:39 from the King James Version. And he arose and rebuked the wind and said unto the sea, Peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. Peace, be still. I've thought about tattooing this on my forehead, but then, helpful as it might be to others, I wouldn't see it. And I need to see it 100 times a day. Although I've got this body that doesn't care much for movement, my mind never rests. I could sit on the couch and watch Outlander all day. In theory, of course, but ask me to be still, as in not spinning thoughts around in my head like a whirlpool. I can't do it without an enormous amount of effort. Now, this lady in this particular article, her name is Gwen Ford Falconberry. She goes on to explain how she had to discover bread making in order for her to be still, to find her center. She goes on to say that bread day means I have a 5-hour period of time in which I must be still, paying attention to directions and time and textures. It has become therapeutic, like a ritual, to fill my home with the delicious smell of carbs, but it also fills me with peace. Gwen goes on to say that because she picked bread making as her way of finding her center, she made the connection between the concept of Jesus as the bread of life. Then she goes on to say that there's a stillness, that great calm that comes from paying attention to His presence, listening to His voice, and placing His will and our will together. This particular story really spoke to me because I'm the type of person that also can't quiet my thoughts. I'm always thinking, and it's very hard for me to turn off my mind as well. At the end of this particular section, it says faith step, which usually is in this particular publication. And it basically says, create a ritual that helps you be still. Now, for myself personally, I am still searching for that particular thing that's going to quiet my mind. So if you haven't either, I guess we'll be taking this journey together. If you are interested in this particular publication, you can find it online at guideposts.org. You can also look on Facebook, Mornings with Jesus.